That's why I thought we established it, but okay.
All right, and we back, episode 4 of the Overthinking Hours podcast. I'm today's host, G. I'm here with some of my friends. You guys can introduce yourselves. T, go first.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite co-host, Sean Merritt, aka TM9, aka the dark skinned Poppy, aka the chocolate drop. You already know the
Yo,
vibe.
tell this nigga to take off his 730 voice, yo. What? 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 I'm gonna just go next. It's your
When the
boy.
hate don't work, they start telling lies.
It's your boy J to the age, man.
Yo, man, it's over here, man. It's Jared.
We're here today, another week without Rodney. Before we get started, want to
He's on
say
an
happy.
extended vacation.
His load management continues. We wanted to say a happy belated Father's Day and Juneteenth to everybody out there.
You know the vibes.
Hope everyone enjoyed their days. The
No,
holidays, spent time with families, had a good cookout.
Hold on. Jared, you didn't enjoy your Juneteenth?
excuse me.
You didn't enjoy your Juneteenth?
Yes, I did.
Oh, what'd you do, buddy?
I went to a cookout in Bear Mountain.
Social distancing.
Oh man, I swear, man. I mean, I went to a cookout too, but like, I went to a cookout in Harlem though. You feel me? I didn't go to Bear Mountain.
Social. Did y'all at least wear masks
Yeah,
when y'all wasn't eating and drinking?
It's a cookout, nigga. I'm not wearing a fucking mask. You kidding me?
I won.
Distancing.
I didn't wear no mask. Sorry.
But yeah, I was in Bear Mountain though.
See, what did you do?
Me, I bought some food from a black-owned restaurant. You know the vibes, like I do on a regular, and I stayed my ass home.
There you go. Y'all did what was right. Y'all enjoyed. Let's get in our first topic today. We're back at sports. We're going to go back last week before we move forward with the new topics. The update on the baseball situation. It looks like baseball will be played after today saying it won't be played. What happened now? They went back to a proposal from May, I believe. 60-game proposal. All players are supposed to agree on the safety protocols tomorrow, and if they can get into the bubble by July 1st, they will begin spring trainings and the training camps, all that stuff. If they don't get there by then, they'll have an even shorter season. Right now, it's projected for a 60-game season. Do you guys like this? Do you guys not like this? How do you guys feel?
I feel like they it'd be good. It's good for the players, get their money back. And to be honest, it's good to just have sports back. NBA's coming back, baseball coming back, so it's just good to have sports back. It's kind of like bring it back to like normalcy.
I don't
I mean,
know. You go
yeah.
first, Steve.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm all about player safety. So if the players feel that the protocols and the facilities and whatnot are and the safety protocols are accurate and effective and adequate, I'm for it because I'm a baseball fan. So I would like to see baseball sports players, but I care more about the safety of everybody than sports itself. So if baseball if the baseball players are valid with it, then I'm all for it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's alright. You know, it seems a little surreal getting back to quote unquote normalcy. You know what I'm saying? Where they ain't arrested Breonna Taylor's killers yet, but you know it's cool. I mean, if the players think it's
We're gonna
cool,
get
then
to that.
it's
We're gonna
cool.
get to that.
I think. Do you guys think? Okay, so this is what I'm wondering with it. So obviously we don't know the timeline, how fast they're gonna get into games, how long spring training is gonna be, are there gonna be any warm up games, all of that. But do you guys think similar to the NBA today, we had our first announced sit outs, who's gonna be sitting out. Tomorrow we'll get any others. They have to be in by the deadline tomorrow. So do you guys think we're gonna see players sitting out of a full MLB season now? That's 60 games, that's your full pay. They haven't I don't think they've made money yet this season. They might have made a little bit similar how like the NBA was still getting paid when it started. How do you guys think? Do you guys think we're gonna see people sit out of the bubble?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I wasn't sure whether we was talking about sit out in terms of for safety reasons, in terms of health, or for political reasons. Because Ja brought up Breonna Taylor's killers at the end of his last statement, and I was like, okay, that's how we looking at that section. All right, so I thought it might have been more on a political sense, but I didn't know there were NBA players that are full on confirmed sitting out of the bubble. What players are those?
So for the NBA today, they confirmed
Excluding Kyrie.
Trevor Ariza sitting out for something with his child, and he has to do like a month-long thing with his child as he's trying to get full custody. It's something along the lines of custody with his son.
Oh, that's
And then
personal.
yep,
Okay,
and then
that's some
Bertans is
very
sitting
personal shit.
out of the bubble. Bertans is just
Who?
sitting out. They didn't get
Marcin
Davis
Gortat?
Bertans. Nope,
Oh,
Davis
Bertans.
Bertans
Bertad.
from
The Wizards.
For the
yeah.
Wizards.
Okay,
He's
interesting.
sitting out for the because he's gonna be a free agent, and I guess he feels that
To not get injured.
yeah, and he had previous I think he had a previous major injury. I think
He
he had
said
like a torn ACL.
I thought they was moving free agency though to accommodate the change in league schedule.
No, they are changing it, but I guess you don't want to. I guess since you get off like 3 months and then
Yeah,
go back, that
yeah,
like your chances of getting injured are higher. So I guess he's like,
interesting.
he don't want to like risk a major injury and then mess up a free agency.
that's similar
Okay.
to it's similar to what some of these young players have been talking to Adam Silver about. There was a report earlier in the week. It might have been it was last week sometime. I don't. There was never a follow up, but Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and a few other these young stars who are due for payday soon. They met with Silver to discuss like different insurance clauses and whatnot, like what happens if they get injured in the
Mm-hmm.
bubble and their money basically, because all the names that were mentioned were stars that are due up for a bit. They're going to be max contract players
Mm-hmm.
when their time comes. So they were saying like, hey, like what happens to us if we get injured? Because they wanted some assurance from Silver. I don't know what kind of insurance uh, they were looking for, but it was something along the lines of like, hey, we're still going to be covered, or like, how is the league looking out for us if we go out and risk our health to play in the bubble?
That's interesting though, because KD had a major foot injury and he still got signed, during his free agency. So it says like, bro, you're young and you're a star player. You're still gonna get paid regardless. Nobody, people, the league is not just gonna give up on you altogether. It's not like you're 35 and you're a star player and like it might be you're on your last leg. Like these guys are extremely young in terms of sports careers, and they're gonna get paid regardless. So I'm not sure what exactly they're asking for in terms of guarantees,
Yeah,
but you know,
there wasn't much. I'm gonna try to look it up as we're sitting there discussing, but there was not much that came out since that one report. I don't know, like what do you look for though?
But
Like you can't. Adam
I
Silver can't guarantee you a contract.
I kind of disagree with kind of like T, because you said KD's stature is a little bit different. He has more years. So when you're looking at somebody like, I want to say, a Derrick Rose, who potentially lost out on money because he had a major injury. Isaiah Thomas, the same thing. So there's players that lost out on major money because of a major injury and never got back to like full
I
potential.
mean, Derrick Rose situation was very peculiar because he kept getting reoccurring injuries, and the type of injuries he was getting, he was out for half the season or more on end.
But
ACL, meniscus,
yeah,
and, and all ligament injuries.
but it starts with one major injury though.
Yeah, I
I
know that. I understand that.
So,
But what I'm saying is,
so
though,
I guess the players is like it starts with one major injury, and look at the track and look at the track record from there. Because
okay,
so
you could say
but
the same thing.
KD had this one major foot injury, which is in terms
But
of a ligament injury, which is the Achilles.
but I'm talking about but KD is stature. KD is a two-time champion. KD had 10 years in the league.
Okay.
So I'm more gonna pay KD because I know what I'm getting rather than if
How
I
do
get
you though? Is his first major injury. You don't know how he's gonna recover
because he's a marketable.
because he's marketable.
Yeah, he's a different market. Like he's a superstar, rather than
Derrick Rose was the league's youngest MVP,
yes.
and he was a superstar with his own sneaker and everything.
But look at his money now compared to what it was,
Because he had major injuries,
and that's what the players are saying.
but he was still marketable.
I found the report.
Nobody knew how he was gonna recover after. He was
That's
still on the team. He was still
what
making bread for the league at that time.
that's what the players are scared of.
See, are
I
any of the
found-
players in the league right now Derrick Rose?
You said what?
Are any of the players in the league right now Derrick Rose?
What do you mean?
You saying how Derrick Rose is still marketable when he got hurt, he still got paid, but none of the players are Derrick Rose. I'm not the youngest MVP. I didn't win MVP. I haven't won a championship. All I've done is maybe get an All-Star game, maybe. So if I'm due up for a max contract and I get hurt, the track record is I'm probably not going to get paid as much as I will get paid. So what is the insurance clause if, God forbid, I end up getting hurt?
They want straight. I just found that they want straight insurance policies implemented. So
Straight
some of the
insurance policies?
yeah. So like basically like they're still gonna get some type of money, or they're getting money if an injury was to happen.
Yes.
For players on the brink of a max contract extensions worth north of 100 million, insurance policies that run the length of the season from July 1st to October 13th could cost in the neighborhood of $500,000 to protect against financial loss of a career-ending injury. The players that are looking for this policy are Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox, Kyle Kuzma, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum.
Bam is not getting no max. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Y'all did y'all hear the names on this list, bro? I'm confused as what they asking for, bro.
Kuz probably not going to get the max. Kuz probably not. But
I'm confused at what these niggas asking for,
bro. Bro,
if they get injured, they want to get paid still. They want,
but it's a $500K insurance policy though.
Right. And I think the verbiage is important too because it's only career ending.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Career threatening injuries. So it would. But
is it career ending or career threatening?
Up top it says to protect against career threatening. When you get to the bottom, it says career ending. So it's got to fall in the gray area between those two. So that's what the article specifically says from Woj.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's like a torn Achilles and stuff.
That's what I'm thinking. Like Achilles. Okay. I feel like nowadays an ACL is not career ending.
So these max contract guys, which is 100 million plus, they're asking for an insurance policy of $500,000.
No, that's how much it would cost the league.
That's how much it would cost the league.
The way insurance works is like they would pay like X amount, and then they like it's like car insurance. You don't pay you pay your premium.
Oh, so that's what they're asking.
Yeah, like so I'm guessing like I'm guessing like your premium is like the league's premium is $500K, and then the insurance companies would cover.
Okay. Now I understand. Because they have that in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I understand.
But to move on from the NBA, to kind of connect us back to the real world, the Bubba Wallace situation in NASCAR. We were talking about this before the pod started. For our viewers that don't know, Bubba Wallace, the only African American driver in the in NASCAR, and in his work garage,
top circuit,
yes, in the top circuit, in the work garage, there was a noose found, and this just ties back to him. You said he was the one that began the whole movement for the Confederate flag to be banned from NASCAR, correct?
Yeah, he's the face. He was the face of the movement.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, this goes back to everything we've been talking about the last few weeks. The way it was great that the NASCAR drivers came out and showed their support for him, but this is why we have to keep moving forward with things and trying to use our voice and not stopping everything that we're working for. Like Josh said, the Breonna Taylor killers, because there's situations like this where this is just unacceptable in our world today. And we need to continue to try to move away from this. Why is a professional athlete facing something like this in his sport?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I knew NASCAR was gangster, but I didn't know they was that gangster. I ain't gonna hold you. That's crazy. A noose is crazy.
Yeah, this is why I was thinking about that when they said it was in his sports garage. Cause I'm like, okay, what kind of security do they have that some
Right.
random person had access to his garage where he keeps like his cars for racing and all of that to hang a noose within the area or on the property of that garage? That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't think they have like security for the garages. I mean, you would think they would, but like, what do they have? Cameras? What do they realistically have?
Probably
Nah,
just
I'm
can't
pretty
shit
sure
like
for a
that.
NASCAR garage, they probably have like some type of security.
Oh, this was found in his NASCAR garage.
Yeah,
Oh, now, I'm
Oh,
not sure if it's like on the his pit where his, like on the racetrack in his pit or whatever. But I'm talking about. But I think it's like wherever they have the racing.
somebody on the inside did that shit. Fuck out of here,
Somebody, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like wherever they have the racing, they have the crew. Every crew has their own garage right on the
bro.
outside.
Come
Their
on,
own
bro.
little makeshift garage.
Those cars are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you telling me they don't got no security system, camera, something?
that's it. I mean, they have cameras, I'm sure, but like in a security system, I don't know. I just feel like
Stop it.
there's only so much security they have.
I mean, and it's not like people randomly overnight stopped, bringing the Confederate flag to NASCAR events because they just banned them from being in the stadium. There's still reports that outside of the arenas there are massive amounts of Confederate flags, even more than usual now because NASCAR banned them. And people, Americans are pretty ignorant. They're gonna double down on anything they believe in, even though it's not, politically correct or it's not accepted in a place of work or whatever. So it's a pretty funny thing to see, especially knowing that a lot of these people consider themselves patriots, but they're raising a Confederate flag, which is a flag of traitors, people that
Yeah,
committed treason. So it's kind of hypocritical, but ignorance is literally what it is. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge. So what do you say to that?
you guys have anything else to add on this topic?
Nah, man. I think we all, team hit it on the head, man. Lack of knowledge, man. Tough.
Lack of knowledge, ignorance. It's all a part of it with that flag, and it just has to become a universal symbol of hate for everyone to understand that. And I don't know how people are going to understand that, but there's not a place for it nowadays. So let's go into other real world topics. Phase two in New York City. You guys can live a little bit more down there right now.
Shit,
You guys
and
can go out to eat. You guys can go sit outside and eat now. You can walk down the street a little bit, see a couple things open. What's changed for you guys? What have you guys done recently? How's life changing for you now that life's
The
becoming?
barber shop is open. I am getting a cut.
see, that's where you messed up. You gotta have a barber that does house calls. You feel me? Come on now.
First of all, I don't want no barber in my house. I don't
Okay.
want, I don't want no barber in
You
my
don't you
house.
don't you don't have a barber, or you go to different shops.
No, I have a barber,
All right, so you don't
but
trust your barber.
I make appointments and I go to him in the shop.
Okay.
All
Mm,
right,
okay,
that's
beloved.
one. And two, stay home. If you're not going to work, stay.
Well,
If you're not going to work, stay home.
T been living a pretty boring life. I can see. I'm
No,
not
I've
poor.
been living a safe and secured life
Yes.
during Big Rona's
So
rampage.
safe
All
and
right.
secure. I've been outside. I've been outside for Juneteenth. I was outside for Juneteenth. I was outside the day before Juneteenth. You feel me? I was outside
That's
yesterday. I was
that's
outside today.
that's on you. Miss Rona was outside all them days too.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she was. You
So
feel
you just
me?
make sure you keep playing. One of these days, God forbid, she gonna meet you on the street and say what's up.
That's crazy.
And you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna be nice because Miss Rona rolled deep.
But to George's question, what has changed? A lot of a lot of restaurants are opening back up. I know Jared mentioned a barbershop. They got this. My man went to a barbershop today, and they said that each booth it has like a plastic covering, and the chair is also covered in plastic. So each booth has its own like kind of like booth in a booth. You know what I'm saying?
This whole Rona shit is funny. Cause I'm sorry to interrupt you, John, but it's like each booth each booth got a plastic covering and the chairs got plastic. All
Mhm.
right. So after every person get up out the chair, are they wiping the chairs down?
I don't know, bro.
I was gonna ask what the plastic on the chair is doing.
I don't.
Like, I think Rona can sit on the chair still,
I
but
don't know what you want me to say to that, bro. I don't know what you want me to say. My only answer could be is that I think Corona is like less contagious on certain surfaces. I want to say like it can't live
Oh
on certain
shit!
surfaces. That's my only hypothesis.
All right.
hypotheses.
Cause I'm thinking like in the barbershop, they got Lysol disinfectant spray, and then every time somebody get up, they just spray down the chair. That would
Hmm.
make the most sense, right?
Right?
I'm just thinking. I'm a practical person. You know what I'm saying? I think about shit very logically and realistically. It's like if you have the chair covered in plastic and you just have people after people sitting in the chair, and you're not disinfecting the chair. What is the purpose? What is the point? It's not changing nothing.
I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro. I don't know.
No, I'm not attacking you, bro. I'm just asking. 'Cause
But I
that's
did I did see a barbershop downtown Manhattan by like 87th Street, 87th and 2nd.
Mhm.
Um I was going to get my bike fixed and their barbershop is completely fine. The only difference is everybody got masks on. They they carry on business as usual. They got a chair outside for somebody who's waiting. So it's
Mhm.
only like six people allowed inside at one time, but other than that, it looks pretty normal.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. If barbershops are in phase 2 for you guys, which we're in phase 3 for up here, are you guys on? Obviously, you guys are in a different. I mean, you guys are obviously on a different timeline with different phases. Do you guys only have 3 phases altogether, or do you have 4?
No, we got 4.
Okay, so what's in phase 3 then? Like, what's next for you guys to come back?
So basically what it's like, y'all. So it's like indoor, like restaurants can do indoor seating, but only like 50% capacity. What else? Phase 3. Basically, whatever phase 3 is for y'all.
Okay, no, I was just curious because you guys had the barbershops earlier than us up
Yeah,
here, so
I
that's
think
why.
bars can open up, like bars and stuff can open up, but I think bars can only open up at 50% capacity.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that I have been noticing is the clubs are open, right? Like, bro, the front is boarded up, but there's a back entrance, and people are out here clubbing, bro. Bro, people are out here in clubs, bro.
Wait, does this happen in New York too?
Yes, bro.
Okay. Nah,
Nah, for real.
Yes, bro.
Yo,
Jared's
I
about to
ain't
go out real quick.
gonna.
Oh, this man is
Yeah,
out here snitching.
Job, we got yo, job. We gotta talk off air, job.
This
Yo,
man's out
job.
here snitching.
We gotta talk off air, man.
Nah, I can't expose you to that, beloved. I can't.
Yo,
Oh
I
shit!
I'm gonna.
wear a mask, bro. Yo, we gotta
This
talk.
man said the
We
back
Nah,
is
there's
open.
no masks in the club, bro.
First of all, fire for that. Nigga said the front boarded up, but the back open.
yo.
Hey, yo, what?
Well, I don't know what y'all talking about, man, but yeah. So phase 2 is that phase 3. How's it phase 3 up there for you, George?
What are we missing? We're missing education allowed to be open 100%.
Yo,
Education's closed
bro.
right
Yo,
now.
did you
We're
just say education, bro?
education. We
Bro,
are.
this is the
I'm not done.
last
I'm
week,
not
bro.
done. Yo, I'm not done. Would y'all let me keep talking, please?
Excuse me.
We don't have movie theaters yet,
Ooh, that shit
and
was yes.
we don't have like the malls. I think that's
So,
about all we're missing right now.
so that didn't answer my question of what's is phase 3 opening for y'all.
Phase 3, we had the bars that
This
opened back
extension, bro.
up. We can sit in restaurants. That's when we got our haircuts back. What else did we get? There was one other thing, but I can't think of what it was. Girls can go to the salon again. Yeah, like we're almost back to normal.
Hmm.
Besides the
Corona,
restrictions and
Corona
everything.
is slowly biding her time.
Facts.
She out here listening to dreams and nightmares, bro, waiting for that beat to drop.
Yeah.
So,
Telling you, y'all fuck around.
so since you guys have begun getting more life in the city, fireworks have come back for you guys,
Oh
right?
Fireworks been back.
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Jared. I'm gonna pass the
Jared,
ball to Jared and
I'm not even gonna introduce
ISO.
this topic. Jared, you're
ISO.
gonna talk. Jared, this is all you, bro. Jared, talk all you want about the fireworks, bro.
Them fireworks, oh my God, every single day. And yo, it don't even start at like 11 o'clock. They start at 8 o'clock when the sun is goddamn still up. Like, what are you doing? And then you stay till 4. Like, bro, what is nightclub fireworks?
Oh, nah, they wildin' where you at, bro. 4 a.m.
4 a.m., bro. 4 a.m. They were doing fireworks last night at 4 a.m. And then somebody just told me, like, last night they had a cookout in Harlem, and like Davies pulled up, and bro, every car was double parked. They doing fireworks in the middle of the street. They doing fireworks on the corner of the street where cars is driving by. Like they don't care. Like they just fireworks. Oh my God, like I used to like fireworks. I don't need to see another fireworks show for the rest of my life. How many times they've been doing fireworks this year, this summer?
Damn, bro. So you gonna complain to Macy's on 4th of July, bro?
Yo, I'm personally did not shoot them fireworks. So yo, bro, we're good, bro. Just go to Harlem. Just go to the Bronx. You can get your own fireworks show.
But bro, I feel like my only question is like, where are they getting all these fireworks?
Yo, on my social media, I said, yo, there must be a sale. Buy one, get 30 free.
Nah,
I
I
ain't
ain't gonna
gonna
hold you, bro. Somebody is funneling them in because I literally saw a 12, like two 12 and like 12 to 14-year-olds selling fireworks on the street to dudes on the block, bro. It's the funniest shit, bro. And I'm like, hold up, this shit is illegal. So where they getting them from? They got to be funneling them in from other states.
bro,
Somebody,
gotta be, bro.
somebody invested heavy in a bunch of, and we're not talking about no little firecrackers. We talking about the shit that you plant on the ground and it shoot up in the air and they sound like a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Like they getting the high grade shit, bro.
Bro, niggas is getting professional grade fireworks, bro.
That's a fact. Like I don't. They got to be funneling them in from other states.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. On my way back to the crib on Juneteenth, I seen a couple of Spanish niggas selling fireworks out their crib. Like you know how in Harlem, like if you live on the first floor, your window is right there. You feel me? So you know how like old ladies would sell ices out their crib. These niggas were selling fireworks, bro. Fireworks, bro. I'm like,
And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I saw on Groupon because I invested in Groupon, so I used the Groupon app. They selling fireworks on Groupon too, and they deliver it to New York. So
oh
this shit,
nah, you
this shit,
snitching, you
this shit
snitching.
is easy. So like they just opened up a whole new market because like you got Groupon selling fireworks. I'm sure you could probably order fireworks off of Amazon, and they probably ship them shit too to New York. There's so many ways you could get fireworks now. Like.
Or whatever. They stop, boy. They gotta stop.
There's also some conspiracy theories going around about the fireworks and shit. Some funny shit. I think John know about a few of them conspiracies.
I mean, it's nothing really crazy. It's just people on the internet saying that they've been asking the kids who have the fireworks like where they getting them from, and the kids are telling them now, like some dude in a van like gave them to me. You feel me? Like shit like that. Yeah, I don't really know how
Bro,
true or untrue these stories are. So
you know what's crazy? I saw one that said it's the government giving different police forces and even the FDNY fireworks as a way to destabilize the current movements that are going on, like in terms of like the Black Lives Matter movements and the protests against police and defunding the police, etc., etc.
okay, but like how? Like how is the fireworks? You feel me? Like the
Same
fireworks.
way, same way how Jared is complaining about how they doing fireworks up until 4 a.m.
Uh,
People can't sleep. People gotta go to work. People be tired. Less likely to go out and protest because
I
they're
ain't-
tired from work and stuff that they did the previous day and the fireworks throughout the night.
I
So
ain't- Go ahead, George.
y'all know like you can just like drive upstate and like there's tents outside of like Walmarts and like most supermarkets where you can buy fireworks, right?
I did not know that.
I did not know that because fireworks are illegal in New York City.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, every year upstate, the one popped up in Rockport finally. There's always upstate. There's always in front of the Walmarts. There's these big white tents that come up, and they literally say fireworks for sale. And I think they're like the smaller scale ones. So I don't know what y'all hearing every night, but they could just be drive a couple. They can take a little drive up real quick, back and forth. I'm just saying that could be where they're getting their fireworks.
Nah, bro. They gotta be going every night though, cause
White van.
bro,
That white van's taking many trips.
I heard someone on the street say they bought $2,000 worth of fireworks. So these stimulus checks and these unemployment checks be hitting.
Let's move on though. The fireworks were great. What didn't go so great was Trump's empty rally in Oklahoma. I know everyone saw that. Any comments? Any thoughts? Are we feeling good? How do we feel?
The internet wins again. That's all I gotta say about that.
um, yeah, I think Miss Rona had a big part to play in that. But
Okay.
it's Trump supporters, so
They can get themselves sick.
Can you do?
All for one, one for all. That's their motto.
Hey.
Trump told. You saw Trump said no masks. They didn't have to wear masks there.
They gave him mask and then told him it's optional.
Yeah, like what? What is that? You said World War
we
III.
gave the spoiled bully the most power he's ever had in his life, and now he's just taking it as far as he can. It's like how dumb can you be, bro?
You said World War III was trending.
It was some funny shit. It's not funny because countries going to war is not funny, but the memes were definitely amazing. Like Twitter never fails. So for those who don't know, what you gonna say something, John?
No, I was saying I'm gonna keep it a bug. I missed that whole trend. Like I didn't see nothing on my timeline about that.
Oh, where you didn't?
Nah, bro.
No. But he saw what we sent in the group chat, and he was
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So, remember I told you that India, got into a border scrap with China again,
Mm-hmm.
and 20, I think it was 20 plus Indian soldiers were shot and killed, I believe, and then another 40 from China were shot. I'm not sure how many died on either side, but the numbers confirmed so far is that from the opposing states is that 20 was shot in 20 Indian soldiers were shot and 40 Chinese soldiers were shot. That war, if that war escalates into a full on, that feud escalates into a full on war, you can believe that their allies will join in as well.
Mm-hmm.
Same with North Korea. The other part was North Korea and South Korea. North Korea blew up their South Korean liaison building. This is the building that they have jointly with South Korea to keep in contact to try and de-escalate tensions and all of that. And the report is North Korea blew up the building, quote unquote. So like they cut ties with South Korea. So North Korea is reportedly allies with China, Russia, and I'm not sure what the other countries are, but there's another major country. South Korea is allies with the United States. That's all. That's all you need on that part, because then you're gonna have the NATO allies join in as well because they're allies of the United States. So that sets up China, North Korea, Russia versus NATO and South Korea. Boom. Third World War. So for the second time in 2020, World War III was trending on Twitter.
That's so beastie.
Second time in 6 months. Of the first 6 months. Of
Yeah, yeah. Not even the beginning and the end of 2020. Like in just 6 months, half of 2020, World War III was trending twice. Politics is crazy.
We know this. Hopefully, though, We can push off the war for till after 2020. This year's been crazy enough. Let's get towards our last topics for
Oh wait,
today.
I forgot to tell y'all. We've been receiving radio waves from another galaxy.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, NASA reported that there have been radio wave bursts from another galaxy. That
I did hear about that actually.
yeah. So
UFOs.
it may not be intentional bursts of radio waves. It could just be space itself. Just like how you have solar flares randomly, it could be random radio waves in space. But the way the radio waves were happening, NASA believes it could possibly be intentional spurts. So
They're coming
there's
for
that.
those UFOs that we found in a couple months ago during 2020. Also, they want their people back.
I just want to know how long TV reading these stuff for.
How long? What?
I said, how long do you be reading this stuff for? Like an hour a day, 2 hours?
What you mean, bro? It's Twitter, bro. Shit pop up on my timeline. I read it to confirm the sources and to see the quality of the what you call it, the article.
Yeah, you might have to get off Twitter for a minute, bro.
Nah, bro. Yo, knowledge is power, son.
Nah, it is. It is.
Knowledge is power, bro. That's
let's
how you.
move on.
That's where real wokeness comes from. The more knowledge you gain, the more dangerous you are. Which is why
no.
they defunded education.
You just set it up right there. Wokeness. Our music topic. Let's start with the J. Cole song. J. Cole's woke.
What was it called?
Stop
Snow in a something?
No.
Snow on the Bluff.
Snow in a Bluff?
How'd you guys feel about it? Thoughts, opinions? Talk about the mini beef, whatever you want to call it, between him and Noname. How'd you guys feel? Share your thoughts. Let's condense it though to like what we just discussed before this. You know?
Can I go first?
Gordon.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go first, T.
Yeah. I have never heard of Noname before this shit with J. Cole started, bro.
I second that.
like you think you know, a lot of rappers they choose marketable names. You know, people choose something that's memorable. If your name is Noname, right? You know how difficult it's gonna be for me to remember, for any random person to remember, unless they're a fan of yours, who you are and what song you came up with. Like the first thing you think is like, oh, this song came out and I literally can't remember the name of this artist, bro. Like no name is coming to mind, bro. Like, and that's literally your name. Like nobody know. Anyways, let me just go back. Let me stick on topic.
Don't sigh.
Nah, I thought.
Don't duppy sigh.
Honestly, the song, its purpose, not its purpose. The song delivered its purpose well. Was it a good song? I don't know. I don't know. Was it a good song? But it did what it was supposed to do, where it delivered his message and got his purpose across.
Mm-hmm.
It might not have been,
I mean, obviously it didn't. It didn't get his message across because majority of I'm not gonna say majority of women because I don't know, but a lot of women took offense to the song because the only thing they heard from it was that he's tone policing, which is crazy because of all the artists that y'all could have chose to start saying is misogynistic and tone polices black women. It's the guy that's been making songs uplifting black women throughout his entire career. It is amazing how quick they turn on you.
It definitely got the point across, like you said, though. I don't know if it was the right way to. Didn't get the point across. No.
Yeah, bro. I just don't know. I just don't know how we can defend J. Cole putting out the song like the day after we find out that this 19 girl was raped and murdered. Like I just don't understand how we can defend that. It was a Tuesday. Music doesn't usually come out on a Tuesday, right? No name. Hold on. No. I gave you a chance to talk. Give me my chance to talk.
No. You
No
gotta
name.
be accurate with what you're talking about, bro.
How am I? Okay, so what happened? So tell me
You
how.
talking about Oluwatoyin?
Yes, I'm talking about Louis Toyin.
The song did not come out after she was raped and murdered, bro. The song came out after No Name made a
No,
tweet.
Oh my god.
We
Oh
found out
my
she was raped and
god,
murdered a whole
bro.
4 days later after
Yo,
the song came out.
bro.
No. We knew
All
that
right, bro.
by
Forget it,
that logic.
She was missing.
bro. Forget
That's
it,
the
bro.
difference. She was
Bro,
missing.
forget it, bro.
That would mean we found out that she was raped and murdered on the 20th, this past Saturday. We knew way before that. Don't do that.
Exactly, bro. Don't do that, bro.
We knew way before that.
What? We knew way
We did
before that.
not.
What?
What happened? We did not learn that this past Saturday.
Bro, she was missing before. She posted on Twitter about how
All
she
right,
was
bro.
sexually
Bro,
assaulted.
you're literally choosing not to hear me, but it's fine, bro.
How am I choosing not to hear you? You're
Because
saying that we found out she was
you're being
raped and
inaccurate. You're
murdered.
being inaccurate. We didn't find out on Saturday she was raped and murdered. We didn't find out on Saturday. We did not find out 4 days after the song came out. That is inaccurate.
Jared, what do
Okay,
you have to say on
maybe
this
we found
topic?
out 3 days after.
What, Jared? Jared, give us your thoughts on the topic.
Yeah, well, um, my thoughts are that I don't think J. Cole is tone policing. Now, did he have bad timing of the song? It might be, but I don't think he like had that situation into his head. I think he was just responding to when he saw No Name, and he was just going as a quick reply to No Name. I don't think he said it was like, let me put it out. Oh, I think he found, like, he saw the response, like he saw what No Name said, and quickly respond to that.
No Name didn't say his name, by the way. Put that out
Come,
there.
come on, come
He
on.
didn't. He didn't say his name.
Come on. We know, Ja. You don't do that, Ja.
How
You
me
don't,
don't do that? How me don't do that?
because it's false prophet. He didn't say Kanye name, but everybody knew he was talking about Kanye.
All right. So if J Cole's on the front line, if J Cole is not on Twitter, right? If J Cole's not on social media, right? If J Cole wasn't putting out music, how is anything that No Name said about J Cole?
Because that's what he said, though, bro. And he said,
Everybody assumed she was talking about J. Cole
No.
and Kendrick Lamar.
J Cole assumed that
Everybody
she was talking
assumed
about
that.
J Cole. J Cole
Everybody
assumed
assumed
that.
she threw shots at J. Cole and Kendrick
All
Lamar.
right, bro.
come
All right,
on, no.
bro. If
I'm not
everybody,
talking about.
if
I'm
everybody
not talking
assumed,
about myself.
if everybody assumed that she was
What's
talking about,
everybody saying.
if everybody assumed she was talking about J Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and then everybody assumes that J Cole is tone policing, but only one assumption is allowed to be valid, then we're not having this conversation, bro. We're not having this conversation.
Bro, but what do you mean by tone policing?
Bro. It's not about what J Cole is saying. It's not about what J Cole is saying. All right.
So what is it
If
about?
we're not dying on the J Cole. I'm not dying on the J Cole hill, right? Me personally, I don't really care what J Cole said. I don't care. All right, it's cool, right?
So
It's
how you
music.
don't care?
Music's
You
music.
tone policing, talking about you don't care.
How?
How?
What? What?
All right, we don't know.
What?
Listen. We're gonna move on from this because
Nah, no,
Yo,
we're not gonna move on because
we don't know the definition.
She released a song right after doing the same shit that she was complaining about.
holy shit, bro. Holy
Well,
shit.
I don't think we understand the topic, the concept of tone police right now.
Yeah,
I think
y'all obviously have
it's
no
messed up.
idea what tone policing is.
We don't need to argue about this right now. We could argue after.
What
No,
you
that's
mean?
the
It's
whole
a
point.
podcast. What we want to do?
All
I
right,
mean,
argue.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep
We're
the peace,
ignorant of
George.
what tone policing is.
I was trying to help
So J to the AH, explain to us what tone policing is.
Bro, okay. I'm not gonna give you the fucking textbook answer, right? And let me preface this by saying I am not a black woman. I do not speak for black women. All
So
right.
give us the
But
Urban Dictionary answer.
I have spoken to black women. All right. Tone policing is when a black woman is said to be either aggressive or they need to say it in a calmer tone. They need to say it in a different way so that I understand it. Right. It's that, and it's mostly thrown towards black women because black women are seen as aggressive. They're seen as AKA ratchet, right? We want them to be they're not who we want them to be. We want them to be soft. We want them to speak when spoken to, right? So when Noname says something like, "Yo, y'all heroes is out here doing everything but activism, right?" And I'm paraphrasing what she said because that's not exactly what she said, right? And then J. Cole is like, "Damn, like, I mean, I think you was talking about me, but maybe you should like tone it down a little bit, right?" That goes back fucking hundreds of years, not hundreds of years, but like decades of men and the patriarchy, quote unquote, always stepping on something that a woman has to say, right? If J. Cole really felt the way he felt, he didn't have to put the part about, "Yo, your tone was off though. Like, I feel what you're saying, but like maybe next time say it a little nicer so I don't get my feelings hurt." Like, I feel like that's bullshit. Very point blank.
T, go ahead. T, go ahead.
That's a good explanation. I liked it. I liked the job. Good job.
Bro, like
So let me ask
I'm
you.
not against y'all. I'm not against y'all. I feel
It's not about being
that.
for or against us. We ask is about what was said and how in the reaction to what was said. If you're saying something that is inaccurate on multiple fronts and somebody
Hold on,
replies to
don't
you
hold on. No,
saying
let's not be
if
general. Be
somebody
specific. Just be specific. We talking about this instance. Just be specific.
I am talking about this instance,
So then don't say if someone said, just say what she said and then say what
but
was replied.
I'm speaking to it in regards to us. So I'm asking you a question. If someone being no name said something that is inaccurate,
What did No Name say that was
being what she
inaccurate?
said about J. Cole,
What did No Name?
being what
She didn't
is
say nothing
assumed,
about.
being what is assumed that she said what that she said about J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar being out here not even putting up a tweet about for activism about black people, yet they whole discographies are about the plight of black people. Then how can they be your heroes? And I'm paraphrasing as well, including this is including black women. Then how can the reaction, which is also about from the person who has made multiple fronts of activism
Mhm,
and being in the front lines and also making songs
mhm.
about the plight of black people, including black women. How is he tone policing if he's
Okay,
correcting
all right.
you
Let
on
me
part of it?
let me answer
Yes,
that.
he might have
No, let
said
me answer that.
he
Just let me
doesn't.
answer that.
Can I
Don't preface.
finish? Can I
Go
finish my
ahead.
point,
Go
bro?
ahead, bro.
I
Go
let
ahead,
you
bro.
finish when you was talking.
Go ahead.
So if even if I say I don't like your tone because the tone you took was I ain't doing shit. Okay, maybe I'm not doing enough, but don't say I ain't doing shit I when a lot of people were saying I ain't doing shit and I was actually out in the front lines and not on social media with it. Because then your information is inaccurate and you basing it off of what you're not seeing on social media.
Hmm.
That was
You
how
done?
that whole
Can I answer that?
situation transpired.
Can I answer that?
You're gonna you answering the entire thing or just
Yes. Yeah, I'm
just
answering
about all
everything. I'm
right, so
answering
go
everything.
ahead. Yeah.
So with the, well, I feel like the biggest problem, and it comes in with context, right? Context. Okay. Now, what was going on social media the past few days leading up to, right? I'm not sure when No Name Seat was put out, right? But on the timeline currently, there was a movement of women saying, and y'all remember this, that men don't go as hard for black women as we do for black men. That we went super hard for George Floyd and we didn't go as hard for Breonna Taylor. And then, unfortunately, it goes missing. Okay, she goes missing, right? And we weren't going as hard for her as hard as we were for George Floyd, right? We didn't want to get to the bottom of the fact that she was missing, right? She was an activist. She was out. I had literally just seen a video of this young woman on Twitter, and the next day I found out that she's missing, right? So if their whole premise is black men, y'all don't ride for black women how y'all say y'all do. And again, like I said, I don't claim to speak for black women. Like I can only speak from a man's perspective that I can at least understand why they were mad. I am aware of the facts that J. Cole has rode for black women, right? He has written about the plight of black women. He even wrote a song about this little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of those things are true, but I just think where the timeline was at that time, with the timing of the song that J. Cole put out, I just don't think that was like he could have kept that. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Especially to go and call out Noname. Like Noname's an independent rapper from Chicago. You feel me? Like I think she has like about 3 albums. You know what I mean? Like she's worked with Madlib before, right? Like I don't know. Like if you really felt some type of way, then I don't know if putting out a song right now is the best choice. At least for me, at least. That's just
Why
me.
not though?
Because it had everything to do with you and not with us. And right now it's a very us movement. I don't think it was a good time. Wait, is that what the question you asked, Jared?
I just said why not.
Oh, right. Because it was a very him song. It was about him and his ego and him not doing the right thing and him like, yo, like maybe you should treat us like children instead of like talk to us
That's
like adults. Right?
all you got from the
But it
song.
was about him though.
No, that's not all I got from. But what else did he talk about?
He
But
talked about how he bigged her up, how she was smart.
Okay,
Like,
yes,
there was a
yes.
lot of compliments in the
Hmm.
song.
And she's a leader, and she comes from a great household with parents that probably taught her about the struggle. Yes, great, awesome, right? Like I said, I'm not against y'all, but I can at least acknowledge that right Tuesday, June 16th, 2020 was not the best time to put that out. That's all I'm saying. If even I don't think there's a good time to put that kind of song out anyway.
All
Why
right.
not?
And
It's,
go ahead, Jared.
no, you go ahead, T. Cause
All
I
right.
just understand it.
Because I was about to ask, like, you was talking about how Breonna Taylor and Oluwatoyin, how black men didn't go as hard for them as they did for George Floyd.
Uh huh.
But did those case were any either of those cases national television?
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of nuance. Right.
Yeah,
A video does a lot. A video does a lot for
yeah,
your movement. A video does a lot for the notoriety of your name. You know what I'm saying? Of your situation.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That does do a lot. I 100% agree. You
Cause
know.
like, that's how this whole situation started. Like we all saw what happened to George Floyd, and then that's what blew up. Like it took like I didn't know of Breonna Taylor's situation in full until after this movement for George Floyd blew up. Like
Hmm.
I heard of the another shooting in which a woman who was sleeping was killed. And I'm like, what the hell? But and when I tried to read articles on it. It was like, oh, there was a no knock raid that was performed. A suspect fired shots at the police, and then a woman who was also in the house as well was shot and killed. That's what I read. That was like the initial reporting.
Hmm.
So I was like, all right, wait to get more information on it. It's only after this whole situation with George Floyd happened that you get the full details, and now it's like, oh shit, they performed a no knock raid on the wrong house.
On the wrong
He
crib.
thought, yeah, he thought the Breonna Taylor's boyfriend thought that the somebody broke into the house, so he went and got his legally purchased and licensed firearm and fired at the people that broke into the room, not
His
knowing that
crib.
they were police, and they shot him and her.
Hmm.
That's how that happened. Yeah, I don't even know if this man is still alive. Did
Yeah.
he die? Did he die?
That's a great. I have no clue.
Because like we heard that she like us the latest reporting also she took 8 shots and she was in bed. So this man was standing firing shots at them. Like I don't even know if he's alive.
Right.
So like to say that like we're not going hard for Breonna Taylor or Oluwatoyin as much as we did for George Floyd is you have to wrap a whole lot of context into around that bubble, because if we don't hear about it or if we don't get video about it, all the police are gonna do, they're gonna write their bias report to make themselves look good, and then throw it and then put it under the rug.
Hmm. But also,
To
go ahead, George.
interject, I believe he is alive still. Yes.
That's crazy. Thank God
Um,
he's thank God he's
that's
alive. That's crazy how they so who were they aiming at?
Bro,
That,
no,
that
good
they
you
don't.
know
question.
what I'm
No,
saying?
good
They
question.
don't even know what they were aiming at.
So yeah, like who were they aiming at? You have a like this reminds me of the case where the there was a social worker that was working with that was with a man that had autism. I'm not sure if any of you guys remember that or read about the case. He was literally laying down in the
In
middle
the
of the
street?
street,
Yeah,
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 with his
yeah.
hands in a starfish position, saying "Don't shoot." The man is autistic and he's only playing with a toy truck. The cop shot him and said and when he was asked why he shot him, he said he doesn't know. He told another officer on scene he doesn't know why he shot him. The police then put in their report that they wasn't trying to shoot him. They were trying to shoot the man with autism playing with a toy truck, as if that made it any better. Like they're gonna try and cover their tracks regardless of the situation, bro. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we're in this position now that we have to talk about like instead of talking about how the police are they have like this blanket of cover from the judicial system that has been going on for so long to now discussing how one artist word might have been taken incorrectly by another artist, or the reaction to how these two artists are interacting is might be blown out of proportion, or is discrediting the movement, or this and that. Is a bunch of nonsense getting in the way of what's important. And we shouldn't we shouldn't even be feuding about um what two celebrities said to each other, when the what we should be doing is focusing on the situations that we have at hand with police brutality and the situation in which of racism in this country, and as against both men and women, on a two front scale for women especially.
Yep.
Do you guys have any more thoughts on all that? You guys get all your topic done for that?
Yo, George is so spooky. You moving wild spooky right now. Let's not argue and I hope you
No,
guys.
I wasn't trying to say let's not argue. I was just saying I don't know.
Shut your mouth.
Like I didn't want you guys to argue about the definition. You know what I mean? Like, because like that's where the problem was coming. It was like we were disagreeing on what the definition was, and that's why like it was getting off a topic of what we were trying to argue about, like what we're supposed to be debating about. So
I
that was
mean,
why.
no, I mean, we like I understand what you're trying to get at, George, but
Yeah.
we also have to educate each other in case we don't know, or if in case we're mistaken about what the meaning of something is. Just like how that meme says, you keep using that word, but I don't think it means what you think it means. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like
that's a good point.
you can't.
That's a good
We
point.
want to make sure that we all understand what we're talking about, and we're actually using words correctly, phrases correctly, and not misquoting or misusing anything that we're saying. So you know, that's just how
So
we do that.
while we're still on the music topic,
Mm.
everyone's favorite rapper went number one this week for the first time.
Podcast over.
I think
Oh, now the podcast is over.
you mean
Now the
Jared's favorite
podcast is
rapper?
over. Yeah, Jared, no. Podcast not over because we can talk about it for a second. It's just pretty
Oh,
impressive.
It's over, man.
Okay, cool. He went number
He,
one. That's
he
it.
did it all. He did it all
no,
natural.
no, no.
He did it all natural. Nikki got her second number one.
What
Topic.
they say, the streets is done.
Hey, I just had to put that in there because I knew how you guys feel about it. Is there any other new music we should talk about?
No. Hold on. I want the Barbies to come for me, bro. I want the Barbies to come for me because the combination of the two rappers that went number one, especially during this situation, is hilarious to me, because you have a woman who's now Mrs. Petty, right? For those who don't know, Nicki Minaj is married. Um, the man that she's married to, and I'm not trying to hold it against him, but it is public knowledge. He's a convicted sex offender.
Convicted.
Convicted, not accused. Convicted.
Like he has to go around in his neighborhood and knock on doors. Until the needed person do.
And then six.
And I'm holding it against him, by the way. You're not, but I am.
No. I didn't say I'm holding it against it. I'm saying like I'm not using it because it's his past. He did his time. There's some, there's different things that he says that happens in the situation that it was consensual and all of that. But she was just that he was above 18. She was under 18. I don't know the ages exactly, but from some people are saying like, oh, it was just like high school. You go over. And then once somebody's still in high school, yada. I'm not gonna get into all the semantics about that, but you have that part, and then you have Tekashi 69, who was also
Nigga said his
in
girlfriend.
court.
Nigga said his whole
That's his
I
stage
didn't even
name.
say
His
his
stage
name.
name is
Come on, bro.
Tekashi
I didn't even say his
69.
name, bro.
Most people just call him 69. But
He who must not be named.
he's not Lord Voldemort. I ain't scared of that man. But he's also I'm not sure if he's convicted, but because there was a lot of there was a big argument about whether or not she lied to him and the team about his team about her age, but he also, was in a situation where he was in court for kiddie porn because he made a video with a minor and the video was shared. So I find it hilarious how these two people, in light of this cancel culture era, how these two individuals went number one in hip hop of all things.
Bro, cancel culture is dead.
It's cancel culture is dead now?
Cancel culture is dead, bro.
But cancel culture is trying to get J. Cole.
Yeah, it's dead, bro.
All right. You got a point there. Cancel culture is trying to get J. Cole, so yeah, it's dead. You're right.
Come on, bro.
We gotta end that.
Cancel culture been out of here since Obama canceled cancel culture.
What? Obama word don't hold that type of weight, bro. I ain't gonna hold you with that.
All right.
Obama don't hold that type of weight. They trying to cancel the entire cast of Riverdale right now.
Of who?
Of Riverdale, the TV show.
I don't even know about this.
Never heard of it, bro.
You never heard of Riverdale?
Never.
I know about that, but I don't know what the cancel culture thing is about them.
Bro, they're accusing a lot of the stars of sexual assault and rape and all that shit. Bro.
Misconduct.
Yeah, bro, it's a lot, bro. They trying to cancel Justin Bieber too. Justin Bieber had to release. He had the receipts ready. He showed the dates, what he was doing during each date to try to stop somebody from putting dirt on his name.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It's getting serious out here.
On the topic of music, do you guys have any other songs that came out this past week you want to cover?
Yes, my man Grizzly came out with a nice solid album. A Boogie came out with the deluxe album. Very two solid albums. I give my musical opinion on the next episode because it takes me about a week to fully digest into an album.
Wale dropped I don't know what we can call that.
Oh, that's an EP.
The project is an EP.
Yes,
I believe it's 6 songs. I was only able to go through the EP once, and he has some songs that stuck with me a bit. He has some good tracks. I'm gonna do the same as Jared and give my critique next week on the song, but it sounded good so far, and there were also some conscious rap in there. It seems like the game is missing Jared's favorite retired rapper, and in light of
that man is retired.
is
retired.
In light of the racial animosity that's going around right now, he drops off some conscious tracks in his EP, and they sounded solid.
Okay. I still think 28 songs from A Boogie is too much, but hey, It's just me. I don't like
Damn,
A
he dropped
Boogie.
28 tracks.
No, he does not.
He
T.
added like 5, so it made it a
He
28
added,
track album.
nine
I don't
songs
know.
to the
I
deluxe
don't
and
know why
Georgia.
anyone would want to listen to that many songs of that man in a row, but more power to
What
you.
do you T? What do you? I mean, not T. I'm sorry, George. What are you talking about? All you gotta do is just add the non-songs from the deluxe and based it on that. Well, nobody's talking about no 28 songs.
So how much songs? So wait, he dropped the album and then he released a deluxe version of the album.
Bro,
Yeah.
George
Yes.
just snitched on himself. George did listen to the album when it first came out.
Yes,
Because
basically.
I don't like A Boogie like that. That's beastie, bro.
All right, then say that.
29 songs.
So how much
Oh,
songs?
yeah.
I'm getting there. I was getting there. Relax.
So how much songs did he drop on the album, the regular album?
On a regular album, I believe he dropped about 18 or 20 songs.
And then he added another 9 songs.
Yes.
So that's 29 songs, bro, on the album.
No, but if you
Thank you,
listen
T.
to the album the first time, you already know all the songs because it's not like his album Ben came out in February,
Yeah, and then he did the deluxe.
but it's the same songs on the deluxe. He just
Yeah.
added 9 new songs. So what
So
I'm saying is, you just add the 9 songs that he did,
yeah,
and that's the
that's
deluxe
29
right there.
songs on the deluxe album. 29. All right.
But you're not
But
listening.
I understand what you're saying. You don't have to listen to the songs that you already know. Just listen to the 9 new songs.
Yeah, all you got to do is just add or whatever. I don't know how y'all stream music or whatever, but all you
Yeah.
got to do is add the 9 songs, and that's a deluxe, and that's like his own little EP right there. So I'm just judging music on the 9 songs. The 20 songs I already heard.
I feel you.
I'm still not listening to 29 songs.
Your man George just don't. Your man George just don't like A Boogie. He can just flat out say that.
Yo, I ain't
Do you
gonna lie.
like Do you like A Boogie, Jared?
Who, me?
Yes. Do you like A Boogie?
Yes.
Yes.
Where would you rank A Boogie in terms of in the tier of rappers right now?
And the tier rappers right now,
Yeah.
he's like top. He's like one of the top rappers in the game.
Oh, I thought he was about to say a number. I thought he was about to say.
He's one of the top
Jared.
rappers in the
Say
game.
that number.
He's one of the top rappers in the game. He's on the top tier.
He's
No,
on
he's
the
not.
top tier.
No, he's
Compared to top tier is like compared to who?
Lil Baby.
Talking about like the new rappers, like he's up there.
He's up there with Lil Baby.
I don't like his signature
What?
sound.
Jared?
That's what I can't get
Jared?
past.
Jared.
What?
He's up there with Lil Baby.
Is he up there with Lil Baby? Yes, but Lil Baby's above him.
What? How you say? How I say you up here with me, but I'm on the second floor. Like you up here, but I'm on the second floor. You on the first floor.
No, that's not true. I could be on the second floor,
And me on the third floor.
but no, me and you could be on the same floors, but my room is just bigger than yours.
No,
On the same floor,
no,
my room just bigger.
no.
Man said we on the same floor, but I got a 3-bedroom. You got a 2.
Like, that's all.
No way.
How much square feet both of y'all got? If y'all got the same square feet, then it don't matter who got the bigger room.
Lil Baby got his own floor.
Hey, Boogie got the more square feet, man. But we on the same floor though.
Hey,
No.
Boogie got more square
Alright,
feet.
No, I said Lil Baby. My bad. I meant
Oh.
that'd be tough.
All right.
Can't put
Okay.
Winston in
But,
there.
Lil Baby game in the headlock though.
okay. I'm
This is a topic?
confused, bro. This
This is where
man
we're gonna end
said
it.
A Boogie one of the top. Okay, he's a top new rappers. I'll give him that. Top
This is where
new.
we're gonna end it though.
But who we comparing it to?
I'm not. That's what I'm like. That's what I was saying. He's like. I said right now. So I wasn't comparing him to like the J. Cole's and the Drakes.
But how long A Boogie been out though? A Boogie been out for years now.
Yeah, but he been out to us though.
He's
Yeah,
so
We from the towns. So like,
yeah, it's a little
Okay.
bit. I mean, but to the world, he only probably about been out for about
2-3 years maybe, 3 or 4, maybe.
Yeah. And you can say the same thing about Little Baby.
Facts. Because I'm sure they knew about him in Atlanta before he popped.
True.
His breakout year was 2017. Hey Boogie.
Yeah, Yeah,
27. About 3 years. Okay.
All right, that's where we're gonna end it. Another good episode. A lot of good discussions.
Before I end the episode, I just want to say everybody go vote.
You feel me? June 23rd. It's our polling date.
I ain't gonna hold you. When we release this episode, people go already have voted probably before they even listen to this. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, if you listen to this,
we
the
told
day
them
it
last
comes
week to
out,
go vote. I
go
think that's what it
vote.
was.
Oh yeah, and the thing is today. It's today, so we
So
yeah.
we tried
Like,
though. We tried. But hey,
Hey,
either way, go vote today.
if
We're
you're
gonna
hearing
release this
this, I hope
episode
you
today.
voted.
Yes,
We're
there
gonna
we go.
release
If you,
this
I hope
today.
you voted.
Boom. All right. So that was Jared's statement. Ja, you got anything left to say?
Nah, man. Arrest the
See, you
killers
got
that killed
anything?
Breonna Taylor.
Yes, I got
Yes.
something to say. Support
Josh,
progressive candidates. We want progress. We don't want normal. Just because Trump is out of office doesn't mean we want what we had before Trump. We want more. We should strive to improve. So vote. So we should strive for progress. So vote for progressive candidates. Not me, us. That's what I gotta say.
See Merit 2020.
Hey,
Please
you
no.
never know. You never know.
But thank you everyone for listening. That was episode 4 of the Overthinking Hours podcast. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay safe. And until next week for episode 5.
I ain't going.